isn't it extraordinary that in the whole history of the world we've never had such a thing as lockdown before? So where did that idea come from? Well, it came from Wuhan, didn't it? With supply backed up by dodgy data. So the rest of the world looks at this concept of lockdown based on these completely erroneous figures and thinks, well, we'll copy it. So with that, the Communist Party have managed to take down the Western capitalist commercial global institutions without even firing a bullet.
And why do you think we've let that happen?
I think we've been completely fooled. I think the Western leaders, looking at this completely dodgy data, got in a panic. And I think up to one point, Boris was along the right lines of the herd immunity and, you know, a very live and let live type of approach and people who are very vulnerable to look out. And then all of a sudden, that dreadful Neil Ferguson comes out with these extraordinary curves showing 500,000 people dead, on the basis that he has been wrong on every single issue he's ever been consulted on. My question for Boris Johnson is, why on God's earth would you listen to this idiot?
I think it's absolutely devastating what's happening now. People are losing their freedoms just to socialise and just be human. They've shut the churches down. People can't worship. You can't even go to a shop. You can't even see your grandmother. All the things that make life worth living. It's like they're just trying to keep us isolated in our small flats, our small apartments, and not be able to live a normal life. And the vitamin D from the sun is actually good for killing the virus, so we should really be encouraged to go outside.
And why do you think they're continuing with the lockdown?
Well, I think in a way it keeps the masses sort of compliant and at home, not causing trouble. I mean, you look what's happening in France. You had years of the gilets jaunes on the streets, and now, of course, they've been completely suppressed. And it's just marvellous for governments, isn't it? Keep us all at home, not agitating.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm just absolutely shocked. The pubs are shutting. Many restaurants are now going to close for good. All the things that enables us to meet in groups are now going to go out of business. I'm going to have to go and wear these ridiculous visors every time we go out, or have your hair cut. It's ludicrous.
I think the lockdown is over-excessive. It's not needed. I think you should govern yourself. If you don't feel well, don't go out. You know, there's no reason to have a lockdown for healthy people. I think they call it a quarantine. I looked up what the word quarantine means, and I think it is to literally quarantine sick people, not healthy people. So if you're trying to put everyone in quarantine, including the healthy people, then that's just not going to wash.
We need to wake up. We need to educate ourselves about the tyranny that these elitist, globalist people are doing to us. We're not even allowed to speak freely anymore. Like, what's going to happen to our children of the future? They're not going to be able to speak. They want to implant us with, chips so that they can just watch our every single move. This is what is going to happen if this continues. Our children of the future will have nothing.
Wonder what the excuse is going to be. Maybe not enough social distancing. Well, the park has been packed through many weeks at this point, and nobody has sent the people sitting on the park and just enjoying the sun away. So it would seem like it's more based on the spread of ideas or not than on the coming to the park or not, on the concentration. Not on the concentration at all, actually, but on the things that you say. That's the main thing that chooses if you stay or if you go these days.
Everyone sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Let's meditate. Can we do a meditation, guys?
Moving on, please.